There is a new leader at the top of the 2024 Mars Badminton Horse Trials scoreboard after the second day of dressage. Ros Canter and Isolot DHI produced a cracking test to score 25.3 and go ahead of Thursday's leaders Bubby Upton and Kohler, who now sit in second on 27.3. I caught up with Ros after her leading test, and also Tim Price, who slotted into third with Vitali on a score of 27.7 for New Zealand.
Yeah, really delighted with him. Yeah, I felt quite relaxed this morning actually. Sometimes on an occasion like this I can feel the pressure and it all gets me a little bit, but I've been very relaxed this morning. I've been really happy with how Isolot's been working here. Felt very confident, in my system and in how he's been going. And there are some days where you think you really need the help of trainers and things like that to get you in the right place. Today I felt I could have done that without them, so that was a good place to be. And I knew I had to stay relaxed because at times when Isolot gets a bit spooky, did it a couple of times in there, the worst thing I could do would be to clamp up because he would really go into flight mode then. So it was very important for me to go in there as relaxed but focused.
And for you coming back here as defending champion, of course you won it with Lordships Grappolo last year. Do you feel that pressure? How does it feel coming into
it? Doesn't feel any different. No, badminton's badminton. Whatever situation. I mean, probably if I was on Lordships Grappolo, I probably would feel the pressure. But I think, I know statistically this horse is going in favourite, but there are plenty of question marks. Regarding he could spook at something cross country. He's never been this distance on this terrain. At Powell we were held for 20 minutes midway round. So, I think we're in a very, very different place this year to where we were last year. Last year we knew Walter could get round. I knew he liked mud. All those things. We'd already ticked all those boxes. So no, I see this event as I'm very excited. I'm here with Isolot. I'm very proud that we've got here. There have been times in his youth where we didn't think we would progress up the levels. So we're just taking every phase as it comes.
I'm relieved to have it done. Obviously I wanted to go do a 15, but it wasn't one of those days. The judges have been very consistent with their critiquing, and I think that's good to see, but they are remaining quite stiff upper lipped. But he had some highlights and other bits where he was just not quite with me in the usual manner that I have him. So I'm pleased, and it could be a lot worse, but it could also be better.
His highlights are really strong in there, though, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, he's got some extended trot, hasn't he? And usually some really lovely changes, but we went and, I think, mucked up at least one of them. But, just little bits. And, the judges they're no fools. They know when the horse isn't quite through as they would like to see it. And that's when the marks really start to melt away. So it wasn't quite one of those days, but he's a very fit horse, ready for the next two phases.
And how's his preparation been coming into this?
Great, yeah. He hasn't missed a run and hasn't missed a gallop, and we haven't had that every time. And perhaps it's a little bit you pay a little bit back in this department, but then when you get out there and on Sunday, hopefully it might pay dividends, so let's see.
Boyd Martin then sets her leg TS7 now in fourth, with Emily King and Valmy Bietz joining the top five on a first phase score of 29.2. And you've had a good preparation this spring. You're coming here off the back of your second Grantham Cup victory. How has it been in the build-up?
Yeah, but it's been, we've obviously had a bit of a different year, a bit of a different spring, but I've been really lucky with Val I've had 3 good runs with him. And 2 of them have been on the soft ground. Thorsby was obviously very soft, so I feel he's sort of extra conditioned and hopefully, fitness-wise prepared for if it does stay a bit sticky out there, which I think it will. It's drying up well, but there are places that it is going to be holding, so I hope he's prepped as well as possible for that.
This means that Tiana Cowdray and Kangarasgal are now in provisional 6th, while New Zealand's Caroline Powell and her lovely 5-star mare Greenacre Special Cavalier are just 0.2 of a penalty behind this US combination in 7th on a score of 30.
She felt really good. I was really wanting her Friday afternoon dressage because just to give her that experience with the atmosphere, and we certainly got it in there. So, for her, she's only 11, so every time is a stepping stone for her. And, she seems to be just loving it. She loves the people, she loves the clapping, she loves the polo, she loves the attention. So, she's quite special.
She's such an exciting horse. We've seen her sort of progressing through 5-star. But what is it about her that makes her so good, do you think?
I think firstly she's a workhorse. She's a workhorse. She comes out every day and she wants to work. And on those days that she doesn't come out, just back off bits. And her intention every day is to do as good as she can. So there's so many good bits about her. The bits coming up to the arena we kind of forgive because she can be a little bit sort of a bit of a tearaway. But that's just in the making of her. So.
And I also caught up with some of the other notable performers on day 2 of dressage. Victon 5-star winners Gemma Stevens and Chilly Knight are now in equal 10th. Pippa Funnell and MCS Maverick produced a score of 31.9 to hold 12th. And Selena Milnes, who is in 13th at this stage with Gelmer.
I'm absolutely thrilled with the horse. He's not London 52, he's not the Legro, but he always tries his absolute best. His brain is incredible. He's so obedient. He did absolutely everything I asked of him, apart from one unfortunate jog in the walk, which actually the walk is a highlight for him, so that was a shame. But other than that, I couldn't have faulted the horse. He tried his absolute best, so I'm thrilled with him.
And a really competitive score within the context of the field as well, going ahead.
Yeah, exactly. You've always got to think of the context of it. And if you told me I was between 5 and 6 marks behind Ros, then that would be actually bang on. So if she'd got a 21 and I'd got a 27, then that's about right. So so I'm absolutely thrilled with him. To be there in the mix around the top 10 is perfect.
Pippa, lovely test with MCF Maverick, horse making his badminton debut.
Yes.
How did he feel in there?
I was delighted because he's not an easy horse, not an easy horse. He's very easy in his ability, he's got loads of ability, but he's very tricky in his brain. He wants to go faster than me, so it's just getting him to breathe. And apart from the halt rein back, that was a bit of a muck up, but I was really chuffed as he walked, because normally he doesn't walk, and I have to be very clever and tactful in the walk. But I was pleased, delighted.
Really over the moon with him. Like, he was with me the whole way. His only mistake, he did his last change early, and if he hadn't, I think he'd probably been 30s, but like 30-ish. But he was brilliant. Couldn't have asked for more. He's usually quite spooky and gets hot, and has never obviously been anywhere like this before, so I just didn't know how he'd react. But yeah, couldn't be more pleased.
The scores are incredibly tightly bunched at this stage of the competition, with 10 penalties covering the top 30. I also heard from Harry Much riding the wonderful veteran HD Bronze, former winner Laura Collett, who has 5-star debutante Hester here, and Felicity Collins in an emotional interview following her test.
He was really good. Really happy with him. Little mistakes here and there, but the things that we've really worked on, he gave me in there, and I felt like every change I got, he was on it. You have to expect little mistakes here and there, and they did creep in, but overall, really happy. And he gave me the test I was hoping for this week, so yeah, couldn't have asked any more, really.
And how exciting for you as a rider is it in that moment when you step a horse up to 5-star, in that first moment that you ride into a dressage test as one making their debut at that level?
Yeah, it's a huge deal. Like, there's no way to describe the difference cantering into that arena versus any other arena. Yeah, she did Blenheim last year, but it's no comparison. And so you don't know how they're going to react. And luckily for me, she decided to really come, stay with me and sort of accept me holding her hand. So it's really exciting. I think a lot of her, and this week's about just fact finding, see how she copes. But so far, I literally couldn't be any happier with her.
Yeah, good. Quite emotional actually. It just sort of hit me really, because yes, he was a very good boy. He tried very hard. Coming here has been a little bit different for me this year. I obviously, a lot of people know I lost my mum in January, and it was a bit of a, unsure if we were going to come here, and I've worked really hard to get myself, mentally in the right headspace to be able to come. I worked really hard on, making sure that Mickey's still in the best condition to make sure that I give him the best chance. But obviously, yeah, it's a very odd feeling not having my mum here, but obviously she's watching over me, and hopefully she's going to send me some good luck down for tomorrow.
absolutely is. And Mickey as well, tell us about, you know, your journey with him, and she was such a big part of that as well.
Yeah, massively. So I've had him for nearly 9 years now, and we did our first badminton here 2 years ago, so this is our third badminton, and yeah, I started riding him when I was 17, so we've learnt together, we've grown up together. He is just the most phenomenal horse. He's the horse that's helped me get through the last few months, and you know, the grieving and everything, and he's just a rock for me, really. So no, couldn't love him anymore. And yeah, I wouldn't want to be sat on anything else, and then I've just got to make sure that I'm in the right headspace to ride him well tomorrow, because he knows what he's doing. He's a fantastic horse. I just need to make sure that that I do a good job and point him towards the flags. But no, he's just a horse of a lifetime, and I'm just trying to enjoy him as much as possible, and yeah, hopefully he'll keep coming back here for years to come.
Head over to the Horse and Hound website for all the latest news from badminton, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe on the YouTube channel for more content.